Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. As you already know, it's your boy director Vim once again, and today we go straight into South Africa. This is some stuff that has been happening. Myself, I've experienced this whole problems and this whole ups and downs, this whole headaches. This thing that I'm about to share with you is something that I've personally gone through this whole problem myself. So I believe I have the guts and the information to feed you with, in case you ever want to travel to South Africa or want to live in South Africa or want to apply for residential permit or documentation in South Africa. To go straight to the point, South Africa does not issue any documentation anymore. Maybe, things might change. Maybe there might be new implementations. Maybe, things might get back to normal. But for now, things are getting, a bit hotter in South Africa right now. So getting straight to the Department of Home Affairs, which is DHA, especially, I think I know the one in Pretoria, which is Marabastad. That is where I first applied for mine. So if ever you are thinking of applying for, Asylum, just be prepared to go through a serious hardship. First of all, the current people who are already applying for Asylum are facing tough time when it comes to renewing their Asylum. Yeah, that is the problem out there. So let's say if you already own an Asylum in South Africa, I'm sure you probably know this, that they do not allow you to go straight into the Home Affairs for renewal. So in that case, everything is being done on the internet. Yes, you print out everything online. I remember when the COVID came, it was even worse, because with that one, they have to post something through the internet for you, and they have to do a whole lot of watermark inside the Asylum, and it was a whole bunch of situations going on there. But I remember way before when I was going to school, with the time that I used to apply, it was more, let me say, a little bit difficult than now, because at that time you have to wake up around 4-3 to go sleep there, and then wake up around 7-8. That's when they open, join a long queue. Now it's actually a building. They've actually built houses there, so now things are a bit proper than before. Before it was way tougher, but now there've been a whole lot of situations going on there. Renewal is a problem. Renewal is a big problem. So if you do not have your Asylum also, it's also a problem, because when you bump into migration or police, you guys do know that in South Africa, the cops can just stop you anyhow and request for your documentation. So if you do not have that is also a big problem, because you can be deported just in a second. You guys do know this whole experience whereby they will take you to Lindela. Lindela is where you go through tough time. It's a prison, let me put it that way. So after a couple of days, they will deport you to your country, and that's not what you want to go through. But unfortunately, these are the current state, or these are the current problems that South Africa is facing. But without going much into details, let me read some articles that just dropped on News 24. Let me read it to you guys so you guys can know what is actually happening. So it's stated that refugees and asylum seekers faces challenges with the Department of Home Affairs online system. So which means you are no longer allowed to, I'm not sure if it has changed, but this is a current article. So since they launched this whole technology thing of people renewing and doing their own asylum thing on the internet, it has caused a whole lot of problems. So firstly, people who own asylum for renewal are going to face a whole lot of issues when you want to renew, and if you don't have and you want to apply, that is even worse. Dropping the asylum side, even if you own a permit, South African, let's say work permits, a company spouse, or whichever that requires renewal, you also face the same situation at the VFS. I remember this year there haven't been any issuing of documentation. So if you did submit your documents from the beginning of this year, let's say from, I think it started on February or January, somewhere there, you do not get any, unless maybe you have a serious connection inside there. But if you don't, you're really going to face a serious tough time whereby you wait. I do know people who have submitted the application waiting for it to be done. Until now, there's no issuing of permits at the VFS. They issued another statement. Let me also try and read that to you guys. It says the Department of Home Affairs, let's just scroll down to number 1, and it says, in attempts to address the impact that the backlog in processing outcomes has on foreign nationals, the department has decided to introduce some temporary measures to address the situation they found themselves in. And number 2, it says the following what may take immediate effect, and then it says applicants whose waiver application outcome are still pending, foreign nationals application still pending, by granted a blanket temporary extension until the 30th of September, which is already passed. So what the number 1 is basically saying is, if ever you submitted your application this year and it's still not in, by 30th of September, they are still working on it, which means you are still allowed to roam around. If ever migration gets you on the streets and they want to cause some issues, you can provide your slip, show them the slip that no, your application is still in process. But yeah, I know that 30th of September, I mean, what date was that? 30th of September, it's already passed. Yes, this was previous statement. They still issued another one besides this one. After the 30th of September, there was another one similar to this one that says exactly the same one. So I'm really not sure what is the problem, and I'm really not sure what is causing this whole backlog. Yeah, but from the rumors and the things that I heard, it says that the new Minister of Home Affairs is implementing some new rules, and it's causing this whole problems in the offices. So it's not only Pretoria, I believe in other provinces, Cape Town, wherever, you're still going to experience the same problems. But it's crazy because for people to wait this long for a permit or for I mean documentation to live in a particular country, that's insane. That's totally insane, and it's double up the numbers. So imagine, even if everything gets back to normal, how would they be able to settle everything on time? That is the problem. It's a big problem, and trust me, if you're ever thinking on going this same route or applying for this documentation stuff, you're really going to face situations. You're really going to face big problems. Let's just keep reading. So it says that applicants whose visa application are still pending, foreign nationals who are waiting for the outcome of the application are granted a blanket temporary extension until the 30th, like I said before. The current visa status to those who wish to abandon their visa application and depart from South Africa when blah 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 blah. So what the second one is basically saying is, if ever you have also submitted your documents in South Africa, if ever you are applying for renewal, or whichever documentation that you are applying for, and it's still not in till now, you are allowed to leave the country. Yeah, that's not all. When you are leaving, you just need to go with your slip attached to your passport. Just show it to the immigration officer that, hey, this is the situation at hand. I submitted my passport or whatever for renewal, but it's still not done. So I need to go home and fix some situations here and there. This is my slip. And they will let you out. But here's the thing. But I know a lot of people will be asking, okay, what if I go and I'm trying to come and they don't allow me to come? Okay, so that's another situation on its own. When you leave the country, they stamp your passport normally. They do not destroy your passport like being overstaying in the country and all that, like they give you 5 years without you being able to come back. No. So when you go showing the slip that, hey, this is the situation, they will stamp your passport at the airport, and then when you are coming back again, you are not going to be able to come with that particular stamp or slip. So you will have to apply for a visa in your country and then come back to South Africa whenever you want to come back again. Yeah, that is the whole point of what it's actually saying here. So in this case, someone might ask, okay, what is the advantage behind this whole thing? So the catch is, you will not have to, I mean, you are not banned. Let me put it that way. You are not banned. Because remember, if you do overstay in South Africa and you leave, they destroy your identity for 5 years. You are unable to enter the country for 5 years because you have overstayed. But in this case, since you provided a slip, they will not destroy any, identity. You are still able to come in, but you will not be able to come in with a slip. You will have to apply for a visa as coming to the country new. So that is the whole situation. This is a problem. It's a big problem that is currently going on in South Africa. I know a whole lot of foreign nationals are going through these whole problems as well. People are like, hey, when is this coming? When is this getting sorted? I have submitted. I actually got a message from one of my homies this morning. It's like, yo, I submitted my passport and it's not yet in. I'm scared. I don't want to come to Ghana. I'm scared they might give me tough times. And yeah, obviously, I mean, it's South Africa. You experience some problems here and there, but if you know what you are going for, I mean, if they ask you, hey, why is your document expired? You tell them, oh no, I've submitted, but it's still in process, blah, blah, blah. Just try to, I mean, explain things like you know what you are going for. Yeah, so that is basically everything that is happening in South Africa with permits and new documentation renewals and all the. It's a headache. I do know. I myself. I'm actually experiencing the same problem right now as we speak. So I do know what I'm talking about. If you are new on the channel, do not forget to hit on the subscribe button, and I'll be giving you a whole lot of information once I grab them. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.